Hello. For this urban legend, I'm doing something a little different. I'm doing more of a deep dive into this one. As requested by Corrine here, the Gullah people of the Carolinas and Georgia believe that a person has a spirit and a soul. If the spirit is good, it will go to heaven. If the spirit is bad, however, it will stay on earth and transform into a boo hag. According to legend, boo hags are very similar to vampires. Unlike vampires, they gain sustenance from a person's breath as opposed to their blood by riding their victims. The boo hag is typically depicted as a creature of the night, a skinless monster with red muscles, prominent blue veins, and eyes that reflect light like a cat's. Sometimes it's even depicted with flowing white hair, like the hair that grows on corpses that led many older generations to believe vampires were coming from the dead to feed. They steal a victim's skin and use it as long as it holds out, wearing it similar to how we would wear clothes. They remove and hide the skin before going riding. When a hag determines a victim is suitable for riding, the hag generally gains access to the home through a small crack, crevice, or hole. The hag will then position themselves over a sleeping victim, sucking their breath. This act renders the victim helpless and induces a deep dream-filled sleep. The hag tends to leave the victim alive so as to use them again for their energy. However, if the victim struggles, the hag may take their skin, leaving the victim to suffer. After taking a victim's energy, the hag then flies off, as they must get back into their skin before dawn or forever be trapped without the skin. When the victim awakes, they may feel short of breath, but generally the victim only feels tired. An expression sometimes used in South Carolina is "don't let the hag ride ya." This expression may come from the boo hag legend itself. The legend has come to be known on a wider scale. But there is an upside to the legend of the boo hag. The legend has been used as an object in stranger danger, the subject of song, and poetry. In 2005, a boo hag became a character in a children's book called Precious and the Boo Hag by Patricia C. McKissack and Onowumi Jean Moss. In the story, the boo hag is said to be strange and tricky, and it does anything to get into the house. Precious, the main character, is told by her brother that the boo hag tries to make you disobey your mom. On top of the boo hag being related to the hag itself, there's also other cryptids that it has ties with, such as the mare, a haint, Baba Yaga, Black Anis, Muma Paduri, Oni Baba, and the witch from common fairy tales. Through research, I was able to determine that boo hags are a part of African American tradition. The earliest traces I could find of this story dates sometime back to the 15 or 1600s, thus giving this legend deep-seated roots. It was also said that if a person placed a broom beside their bed before going to sleep, it would prevent the hag from riding them. This is because hags supposedly would be distracted by counting the straws of the broom and would not get to ride the person sleeping before the sun rose the next morning. The trickiest and hardest defense to pull off is sprinkling salt over a boo hag as it sits on you. This will make the hag unable to return to its skin and die in the morning. Although it is recommended that it is best if you wake up, do not move so you might survive the visit. The absolute easiest and best deterrent for this creature and any other angry spirits is a unique hue of indigo blue paint called haint blue. The way that they used to make this color was they used the dregs of the drying vats and mixed blue with lime and other chemicals to make robin's egg blue, which became known as haint blue. It was so close to the color of both the sky and the sea of coastal South Carolina that it began being used to keep evil spirits away. Painting the haint blue on windowsills, shutters, doorways, and even the veranda's ceiling kept the spirits and boo hags away. The color would cause confusion as a ghost would think they had stumbled into a body of water, which they cannot cross, or stepped out into an open sky where it would be swept away by the wind or killed by the sun. Either way, it is a cheap and relatively easy way to keep away spirits out for revenge or blood. It has also been said that you can counter the boo hag entering your home by covering up your keyholes at night. There's also another way to counter a boo hag, and that is through a conjure man. Sometimes called a conjurer doctor or a root worker is someone experienced in the art of hoodoo, the African American magical and spiritual tradition. Conjure men can help not only with dealing with hags and other supernatural entities, but a good conjure man is knowledgeable in spells to help with such mundane matters as finding love, a good job, or winning in a court case. Hoodoo is a living tradition, and there are root workers practicing in North Carolina to this day. While I've never heard of the boo hag before, I do like learning about other cultures, myths, and legends. I found this hoodoo legend to be a very good one. I actually really enjoyed learning about this one. I would also like to learn more of them. Let me know if you'd like me to cover another hoodoo tale or legend. If you've heard a different version or you'd like to add to this story, please feel free to comment down below and let me know. If you think the stringy bits of the banana are gross, or you only own all left socks, subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and share on this video. And as always, have a good day.